Hey everyone, Rob Krieger here. We're in New Orleans East. I'm near the corner of Old Gentilly and Michoud. You can see over there. Back behind, you can kind of give you an idea of where we are. You can see extensive tornado damage here. This tornado came through, but if you look behind there, you can see NASA right there. It kind of gives you an idea of what we are looking at. This area right here, you can see there used to be a fence around here. Check this building out over here. This is obviously corrugated metal, so it's not necessarily this most sturdy type of material, but just ripped apart like a tin can there. You can see the insulation on the inside. This fence, I'm told, was surrounding the entire property. And so this, thank you, Susie, this corrugated metal here just kind of ripped apart. Now you can see there's a lot of cars back here that look like they took a lot of damage, but the folks that I spoke with say that this was some sort of a junkyard, kind of a place where your car would go after an accident when insurance kind of junks it out. So a lot of this damage that you're seeing may have been from some of those accidents, but clearly some actual damage from the tornadoes as well. Chris, my photographer there, getting some of the video that you're going to see a little later today on Fox 8, but you can see that there's still some problems with utilities. We spoke with someone from one of the buildings nearby, and they said they were having a problem getting the water shut off. You can see that water just kind of flowing right there from the pipe. Walk over this way. This building you see here, you can see that fence just completely down. I was told that there used to be like a small type trailer building right here where we do paperwork and whatnot. It looks like it's just completely destroyed. You can see some of that paperwork on the ground there soaked. The nice thing right now, though, is that the rain has stopped. The wind has picked up. It's coming in and out, but we are getting a little bit of sunshine, which is helping the folks out here assess some of this damage. Now, I want you to take a look at this area here. This is Deep South Equipment here on Michoud. This place kind of supplies forklifts, rentals, repairs. They do just industrial equipment. Now, I spoke with one of the employees who was inside at the time. Check this out. You can see the sign still hanging. Obviously, it's still dangerous out here as people try and assess this damage, and some of the wind kind of keeps blowing. You can see that moving there. But this building clearly a little more sturdy, but still took a big hit there. You can see how that corrugated metal lining has just been sort of peeled off the side there. Now, one of the employees that we spoke to, thanks Laura, we're definitely trying to keep you guys informed out here. So one of the employees that we spoke with, they were inside this building at the time, and they heard they say all their phones went off. You know, if you have an iPhone or a smartphone, you get that kind of automatic warning, especially when an emergency is happening. So they say all their phones went off. They saw some of those Fox 8 weather app alerts as well. Got into the bathroom and closed the bathroom door. They had all the employees in there as they heard this, the weather just kind of come back here. You can see this building here sort of looks like it hasn't been used in a while there, but it's got a little bit of damage. So they heard this tornado coming through. They said they were holding that door shut with their hands, trying to make sure that the bathroom door wouldn't fly open and debris wouldn't come in. And they said they were just kind of clutching each other, waiting and praying that the tornado would pass quickly. Clearly, everyone was safe. They say no one was injured when they walked out, just debris everywhere. On top of there, the roof, there's some damage. And then back, we're trying to kind of give you a different look. This way, you can see, zoom in back this way, you can see that that other building back there just crumpled at one point. So definitely a lot of damage here. I want to walk over this way. We'll show you some of this other area. Again, we are in New Orleans East. This is near the corner of Michoud and Old Gentilly, right there in NASA. Kind of give you a look. A lot of folks out here just still kind of assessing this damage. I'm going to go ahead and walk back here, and I'll meet up with Chris just to kind of give you guys a look at this building here. Guys, how we doing? All right, so take a look at this. Clearly the structure wasn't necessarily the most sound structure to be in a tornado because of that thin corrugated metal, but you can just see how it's ripped it apart, and there's still some, heavy duty metal there that looks like it was the skeleton of the building just crumpled upon each other. Just the entire roof ripped off here. And as you can see, that insulation just thrown all about the place. Insulation here, all over the cars, just smattered onto the windshields. You can see some of these cars, again, like I said before, some of these cars were already part of accidents. This is a bit of a junkyard, so it's not uncommon to see some of this damage like this, which may have been from an accident. But then you see these broken windshields, a broken sunroof there, you see broken windows there. You have to assume that some of this damage may have actually been from the storm itself. But take a look at that building again there. It's just completely crumpled into itself. That heavy duty metal just ripped and rippled, taken apart. And then look at this. This old oak tree is completely tangled with that insulation and that corrugated metal, just wrapped in there like a ball of yarn, just twisted up into this craggled tree here. Clearly the tree stood, but okay, so I didn't see this before, but we'll kind of give you a look back here. We're both seeing this. We're all seeing this together for the first time. That looks like it's part of the building right there. Several feet away from where it once was. So either that portion of the building or maybe something off of that building there, but just completely blown away. You can see this power pole here laying across a car. You have to think that wasn't there before, clearly. And then, so this is the back of that Deep South equipment facility. You can see their back door has just been torn off, it looks like. And then over here to the side, you can see some of those forklifts that I told you that they work on. They've just, it looks like some of them may have been damaged, but again, that metal just wrapped around everything, and that really kind of gives you an idea of just the sheer power that comes with these tornadoes. I know we've been listening to David Bernard and Shelby and Bruce doing some great work today out there, telling us about these tornadoes, and just it's hard to actually imagine the amount of damage that can be caused until you see it firsthand. So this is kind of a look of what happened. This is all a building that was once standing earlier today, this morning, and just crumpled upon itself. Pretty incredible damage here. I'll keep walking back here, and it's a lot of this stuff is still unstable. We're still seeing a lot of moving pieces and parts as this wind kind of keeps blowing. But once again, it seems like the storm has at least died down in this area for now. Trying to follow some of those alerts, but clearly everyone out here is just trying to assess what next. Again, this is a junkyard, so it's not uncommon to see some damage to these vehicles, but wow, I mean, this is just incredible to see the amount of damage and just how far this flew. Definitely at least a good football field. This building back here flew from wherever it was. Looks like that might even be, I don't know, a portion of the roof. Someone out there might know a little bit better. Brenda, we are off of Old Gentilly and Michoud. So I was told that this is kind of one of those lots where they take the insurance kind of junks out a car after it's been deemed totaled from an accident. And clearly these cars weren't all in this shape before the storm just tore through here. You can see some of the folks from the lot trying to assess what's happening out here. And then again, those trees, that insulation that was inside the building. I'm going to give you a close-up look at that. This stuff is just plastered across these cars, across every piece of foliage out there. You can see again NASA's in the background, back that way. We are going to try and get back that way and try and show you a little bit more of that of the damage there. As we were driving in, the interstate backed up pretty far as traffic concerns. Police have much of Chef Highway shut down. I was listening to Greg Adeline a little earlier today. He was spoke with Mayor Mitch Landrieu, who says that at least over off Chef Highway, there were 12 injuries. At least 2 people were injured seriously, and another 5 people were taken for some severe injuries to be checked out. There were some minor injuries to folks in this area. I'm told everyone was okay, but clearly just a lot of damage. So take a look, excuse me. You see this building here appears to be concrete, some sort of thicker structure, but in front there's that, again, that corrugated metal. And then over here, this building, you can see, appears to have just taken a direct hit from whatever came through here, these storms. I know a lot of people, we've seen some tornadoes confirmed. Don't necessarily want to say if this was exactly a tornado, but I mean, take a look at it. You can make your own conclusion pretty easily just by checking that out. We just want to make sure that we're accurate when we're reporting these. So we're just trying to bring you that damage up close. We'll take a walk around the other side here, try and give you guys as much information as possible. Of course, if you're seeing anything out here, let us know. You can send it to us through email. You can put it on Facebook. You can tweet it to me at Rob_Krieger. Linda, I-10 was backed up when we were driving this way near the high rise. So keep that in mind if you're heading towards Slidell. Heading into the city, it was okay, but keep that in mind if you are heading towards Slidell, that 10, it has some delays. It seemed like it was moving, but because a few of the exits were blocked off, they are obviously kind of causing some more traffic. You can see this building here, the side of it just kind of leaning there. Let's see. Well, Norris, I'm not risking my life. We're being safe out here. But we definitely want to try and show y'all what's going on out here so that you don't have to come out here and put your life at risk for sure. But we are being safe. As I said before, the storm has seemingly passed. I mean, check this out though. This is a car. It looks like they were just here, and these windows were just completely blown out of this truck that was parked here at this building. Give you another look over this way at the building, and it's just, you can see some sort of shop, it appears. One of the things that's just fascinating almost when you're checking out this damage is how some things can be left seemingly untouched. And you see those shelves there that look like they're just standing there with product or whatnot on those shelves, almost untouched. Really remarkable, incredible that can happen right next to buildings and walls and roofs that have just been destroyed. So a lot of the area that we're seeing around in this area, there's definitely some damage. You can see. Give you a look down the road. This is Michoud. Down the road there, you see you've got some trees kind of blocking it, not causing too many problems. But for the most part, down that way where I'm pointing, we drove down about 3 blocks there. Looked like everything was not nearly as bad as this, if any damage at all. But check this out. I mean, this is where you can see this metal is all the way over here. So this is one side of the road that the metal from this building is on, and then the other side where the building came from, and then you saw that the metal is even back all the way by those trees. So that kind of gives you an idea that there may have been some sort of a swirl that, then deposited some of the debris back on this side of the road, or it may even be from another area. But you can see this fence, just this chain link fence here, has just been ripped down, just ripped off the poles. So you see those poles standing there bare, and this fence has just been completely peeled away right there. So I want to tell you guys one more time about this building over here. This is the Deep South Equipment. They were inside, going to work, doing their job. This is a company that works with forklifts, industrial equipment. They do rentals and sales and repairs. Some of these JCB forklifts should give you an idea of what they do. There's that truck right there. So the forklifts that they work on, we saw some in the back, but folks were inside, just doing their job, going to work, doing what they do every day. And then all of a sudden they say their phones were going off. They're getting all these alerts, these weather alerts, letting them know that something was coming. Just like a lot of people out there did. They went and they got into the safest place in the building, which happened to be a central bathroom, no windows. They got into that bathroom. I know that there were people at our own station that had to also get into a central location. So a lot of people out there have been doing this, and hopefully you didn't have to actually, you didn't need that, but it's always good to stay safe. But in this case, these folks said as that storm came over, they had to hold the bathroom door shut to make sure that that debris wouldn't fly in. That as the storm blew over, they said they were praying, they were frightened, holding each other, just hoping that it would go over quickly and that no one would get hurt. Thankfully, no one did. And then they were able to they were able to get out of there. They checked out the inside of the building, and it's just damaged everywhere. So I know we've got a lot of people watching right now. We're going to continue doing these Facebook Lives as much as we can. If you want, you can go back to the beginning once this video finishes and check out the rest of the video there. Share this to kind of let some people know what's going on as well, especially if you know anyone who's out in this area, kind of give them a look at some of the damage. But follow my Facebook page. I'm going to continue to do some different Facebook Lives as we travel around surveying some of this damage, trying to see what happened, give you an up-close and personal look. You can try and comment. We're definitely pretty busy today, but if I'm live on these, I'm going to try and help you guys out with any questions that you have. So I'm going to hang out here for another minute, give you guys one more look at some of this damage, and wow. So this kind of gives you an idea of really, this is, just a fence or a gate right here with barbed wire. I didn't see it, I just ran into it. So even though the storm is past, there's still some danger lingering. Obviously, I need to be a little bit more careful. But I'll give you guys one last little review of the damage before I leave you in this Facebook Live. But again, go ahead and share this to kind of give people an idea of what happened out here. Again, you see these windows just smashed out, the metal wrapped around these tires, and then just this craggled tree back here, completely just ornamented with this siding, this metal, corrugated metal, twisted around it. Just an incredible sight here. Again, you can see some of the equipment that JCB works on. Looks like some of it was spared. But for the most part, this entire facility here, including this building, just trashed after these storms came through. Brennan, yes, everyone made it out alive. Everyone made it out alive. They said that they were okay. No one got hurt out here, so that's a good thing. Let me see. Chris, the New Orleans Baptist Seminary, that's where we were over by Old Gentilly, yeah. Okay, Kathleen, yeah, we drove by the New Orleans Baptist Seminary. It didn't appear that there was actually any sort of damage there. I'll kind of give you an idea of where we went. That we drove through down near, let's see, the Danziger Bridge. Had to go down by the lakefront to avoid the interstate, and then came up 510 to here. We are at Old Gentilly and Michoud. Look, here's some glass. Clearly shows that, this glass wasn't here before this morning. This happened as the storm rolled through. So a lot of these windows busted out, shattered, the glass strewn all over the place following this just incredibly damaging storm. Many people are still trying to figure out just kind of what to do. So let's see. Once again, I'm stuck in this. Be careful if you guys have any damage when you're walking around, especially if there's barbed wire. So, okay, let's see. A couple more questions. Looks like we're doing okay. Definitely want to make sure that you guys keep following us, because we're going to have much more, as you see some of these first responders out here are, see, looks like a fire crew or something coming out to check this out. But we're going to have much more throughout the day as we continue to follow some of this damage. We're going to go over near NASA down Old Gentilly a little bit to see if there's some more damage. We've heard some stories today, so if you have a story to share, please reach out to us. We want to share those stories, let people know what happened today. This is just an incredible amount of damage, and for sure, for a lot of people, something that we really haven't ever seen before, at least in quite some time in this area, and such a quick hit from this tornado damage. So that's going to do it. David, let's see. I haven't been near Clearview. I'm over in New Orleans East, but we definitely have some other crews out there. If you follow the WVUE Fox 8 Facebook page, they'll be sharing Facebook Lives from all of our crews throughout the area, depending on where they are. And I know we will have crews checking out any areas where there's damage for sure. So that's gonna do it for now. I appreciate you guys tuning into this Facebook Live. I wish we could do it a little bit more. We're gonna do some more in just a little bit. So keep following this page. I'll share as much as I can, and of course you can reach out to me on the Facebook page. You can send me a message through my Facebook page. You can send me a message on my Twitter at Rob_Krieger. You can also email me. My email, all that information is on the Facebook page. So if you see anything, if you have damage you want to share any video, go ahead and do that. So thanks so much for tuning in, and be safe out there, especially if you're still under a tornado watch or warning. Thanks for tuning in.